and your children are turned into mindless vassals who now they look up to some twit instead of looking up to Thomas Jefferson or looking up to Nikola Tesla or looking up to Magellan. I mean, kids, Magellan's a lot cooler than Justin Bieber. He circumnavigated with one ship the entire planet. He was killed by wild natives before they got back to Portugal. And when they got back, there was only...
But why? $22 million in 3 fucking hours! There is no nobility in poverty. I have been a rich man and I have been a poor man. I choose rich every fucking time. The real question is this: was all this legal? Absolutely fucking not. The feeding grounds at the edge of the ice, nor return to the colony. Shortly afterwards, we saw him heading straight towards the mountains, some 70 kilometers away. Dr. Ainley explained that even if he caught him and brought him back to the colony, he would immediately head right back for the mountains. Why? What's your dream? To go away.
To go away. That's right.
Do you guys want to drink? I don't understand why everybody has to be so judgmental. I understand why mom's judgmental. I think it's because she cares partially. I think it's also partially because everyone else is looking at her like, hey, Cody's just a bum. Cody's this, Cody's that, Cody's this. Cody's me, bro. Let me be me.
Hello， 大家好，咁我又翻嚟即係5點半呢一個 segment 啦，咁啊啱先就同咗阿 Nat 傾咗都半個鐘多少少啦，咁啊知道多咗佢哋 SNS 呢個項目嘅嘢啦，咁啊包括佢哋嘅初衷係想解決一啲尤其喺即係 Solana 鏈上面啊，或者係 SoulScan 上面嘅一啲比較難俾普通用戶或者可能 Web2 嘅用戶咧去用嘅地方，咁就俾佢哋去 onboard 到。咁啊由此咧就再引發咗好多唔同嘅 on top 嘅 functions 啦，或者啲 features 啦，咁亦都去講咗佢哋新嘅一個 Soul.site 啊，咁啊點樣去 create 一個自己嘅 portfolio 啦，咁同埋佢哋係一個 Web3 嘅 identity layer 啊，咁即係話一個俾你喺 Web3 上面建立自己 identity 嘅嘢啦，咁亦都同咗啲 reputation 嘅項目做合作，咁啊俾人哋去做啲可能係social scoring 嘅嘢咁樣，咁都係一個非常之好嘅項目嚟嘅。咁啊，今次呢個 segment 咧，呢個 section 咧，咁就跳一跳過去 BNB 啦，咁就唔係淨係喺 Solana 上面。咁啊，呢個項目咧，其實咧就係由一位咧community 嘅一個參與者咧，就係去聯繫咗我哋嘅。咁啊，呢度都喺個 segment 開始之前咧，都 shout out to 呢位 community 嘅 participants 啦，咁啊，我呢度咧想揾佢嘅 Twitter 嘅，稍等一等啊。 係啦，咁啊，OK。係啦，咁就係呢一位嘅community 嘅一個參與者啦 participants 啦，咁就係帶嚟咗啦我哋今日嚟緊嘅一個訪談嘅項目，咁就係一個 striking 嘅項目啦，咁亦都係一個 BNB 嘅項目。咁啊我覺得咧都係一個幾特別嘅東西嚟嘅，因為 striking 咧其實睇翻個 tweet 咧就好多都係即係英文為主同埋 English 為主嘅一個項目嚟嘅。咁但係咧原來咧聽翻就係話啊，其實有好多中文社區嘅人咧都係佢哋嘅用戶啊，佢哋嘅 users 咁樣。咁啊，所以咧今次 set up 一個 segment 咧就係俾翻striking 嘅 founders 或者 dev 啦去解釋翻或者係講多啲佢哋 project 上面嘅嘢。咁啊，我哋之後咧即係我哋 MCG 中文咧本身亦都做好多嘅就係將英文啦咁啊翻譯翻成為國語啊，或者翻譯翻成為可能廣東話俾翻一啲社區嘅人去聽咁樣。咁啊，所以我覺得都係一個幾好嘅一個交流嘅時間啊。咁啊，我呢度容許我就可能咧好多人咧都即係入咗嚟啊，而家都越嚟越多觀眾啊。咁其實我哋陣間個 segment 咧會用英文去廣播嘅咁樣。咁啊，不過我哋平時咧就用粵語。咁啊，這裡我其實也可以用一下國語去說一下我們今天的 segment 啊，因為我知道比較多一點的觀眾可能是一個普通話的說話的人啊。其實我們平常呢都常用是粵語去做廣播，但是今天呢，我也很想 shout out to 這一會的我們的參與者，也是我們的MCG 中文的一個朋友，他就給我們帶來了一個 striking 的這個項目。這個項目呢是關於prediction market，也是在 BNB on chain 上面的一些活動啊，一些的 projects。我們待會呢就會用英語跟這個項目的 dev 啊，就是fertilizing， 我想應該是這樣的發音哦，就是待會我們可以再問多一點關於他個人的背景啊，關於這個項目的一個背景，還有呢就是給大家說一下這個項目其實對用戶來說，還有對這個Web3 啊，還有這個 crypto 的生態來說，其實是個什麼的一個存在。我覺得這個也是個比較大家可以去了解多一點的東西，尤其說其實 prediction market 就是說 poly market 吧，還有這個 Kelshi 也是外國比較火的一個板塊，就是有很多人就算是他們不是在 crypto 的這個領域上面，他們也會知道這個 prediction market 的東西。其實我今天在這個 Twitter 呢，我有看到一個新的消息吧，還是一個新的版面，就是說BNB 啊，就是這個 BNB Exchange 裡面也開了一個預測的一個版面，但是我自己就沒有去 fact check 是不是真的嘛，因為有些人可能是怎麼說，就是改圖啊，就是把這個圖片改一下，然後就說有這個新的東西，但是我自己沒有 fact check。但是如果說這個是真的話，其實我自己也不會太驚喜了，因為 prediction market 的確是一個，無論是 Web2 啊，還是 Web3 啊，還是這個普羅大眾的話，也是非常去關注的一個事件。為什麼呢？因為我自己覺得呢，它可以讓普通的人也可以開個問題來給大家去預測一下未來有什麼東西。第二的話，就是我們其實能夠從這個預測市場去看一下未來會發生的什麼一些可能性，也可以看到。然後我自己的話也會跟這個prediction market 裡面的一些話題啊，就是好像是看這個新聞一樣，也會去看。但是我覺得比起更加多的人是如何在這個 prediction market 就是套利吧，如何去獲利，這個可能是比較多我們那個華語的人會是比較關注一點的。所以呢，我們今天呢就請你就是 striking 的project 的 founder 這個 dev 跟我們去說一下他們的項目。接下來呢會用英語去跟他對談，然後最後的話之後我們會把這個英語的對談的是精華一些 clips 就翻譯成為國語給大家去聽一下。 然后其实 Defra 已经在我们的后台backstage 已经在这里了就让我们先请他上来吧。Hi there.
GM, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you very, very good and clear. Vitalizing, should I call you this name or you have other names?
Yeah, you can call me Vitalizing. That's my online persona. That's perfect. How are you doing, sir?
Sure. It's good. And I heard you are in Europe time zone, is it?
Yeah, so I live not too far from London, here in the UK.
Mm.
So I'm based out here. It's morning time for me.
Morning time. That's good. Morning time is always a good time to build and then to communicate with the community, I believe.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So vitalizing, let's just kickstart it. May just tell us about who are you and what is this project?
Sure. So a little bit about myself. So I've been a developer for 7, 8 years now, working in crypto for around 4 years. So I'm actually working currently for Pith Network, which is one of the most used DeFi oracles. And yeah, I've been at Pith for a couple of years. And since I joined here, I met a lot of colleagues and a lot of friends who, get involved in like degen stuff on chain, meme coins and on the Solana chain mostly. We've done a bit of trading on BNB chain. So over the last couple of years, I've been doing that. I know you guys are, partnered with Meteora. I do a lot of Meteora liquidity providing myself. So I'm kind of well versed in the space at this point, and internet capital markets (ICM) has been kind of a focus for me lately as well. I feel like it's one of the more powerful things to come out of crypto. Being able to fund your project sort of in a crowdfunding way. And that's kind of where I've gone with Strike. So Strike was initially a hackathon submission for the Binance Chain OpenClaw hackathon. And so, we were encouraged to use AI to build something useful and meaningful. And what I decided to do was, with prediction markets being so hot right now, Polymarket is massive, Kalshi is massive. We have Predict.fun and Probable on Binance Chain. It's pretty huge stuff. And what I wanted to do was kind of take that space and build something unique into it. And what I wanted to do was build a fully on-chain prediction market, which does exist. There are some projects that do that, like PMX on Solana. Melee Markets is also doing it. But the way they function is with liquidity pools. So it's like automated market makers. Like you buy and sell tokens, and that's often not favorable for due to like the slippage involved in that. And so what I wanted to build was like the first like fully on-chain club prediction market. So club being an order book system. And that's what Strike is. So it runs on BNB chain, and the order book is fully on chain. So you post an order, it becomes visible on chain, and it's cleared by frequency batch auctions, which is like an MEV resistant way of settling trades. So the way it works is you collect all of the orders that came in the last couple of seconds or whatever. You match them together and you find the clearing price. And that's the price that everyone pays. So you kind of post your order with the worst price you're willing to accept, and for the most part, usually you get filled at a cheaper price. So yeah, so the hackathon kind of went through. I was selected as one of the winners. Really proud of that. I feel like I put in a lot of effort and got the reward from that. And then things got a little interesting from there after the winners were announced. So the BNB chain degen community launched a coin for Strike. It's kind of similar to, I think, Bags app on Solana, and even like Pump Fund these days, you kind of choose, okay, where do you want the tax and the trading fees to go? And so they kind of spun up this community token, ICM token, and it's directed the fees to me, and then I was kind of had to choose, like, okay, I can really continue this project now, and there is at least a consistent source of funding here, potentially. The more I build and the more attention I get, the more the token will trade and continue to fund the project. And so initially I was just going to park it and leave it after the hackathon. When, I've got a full-time job, I'm building something cool here, but I don't really want to go through and find VC funding or someone to fund the project. But then this token came along, and I was like, okay, if this is here, there's a community here, and it's been good so far. Yeah, like I've been using the funds to pay for gas fees, pay for providing liquidity on the platform, and it's made a big difference. And yeah, the community has been really great. They've been encouraging, and let me share my screen and get the demo going as well, if that's okay.
Yeah, actually, like I can see you sharing screen, right? So I'm gonna let you to put on the yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, as I was saying, the community's been great. They've been really helpful in helping me test and everything. So this is Strike, right? It's a prediction market platform. Currently, the only markets we support are the Bitcoin up and down, like 5-minute markets. So you're basically betting, is the next is the next candle going to be green or red? The next 5-minute candle. And so what happens is, so here we've this market has just expired, and the resolution is automatic. So it uses the Pyth network oracle. So it gets the Bitcoin price at the closing time, and then it submits a resolution on chain. And so that's kind of what we're waiting for to happen here. And while that happens, we can kind of move on to the next market, and we can see like the outcome has been set as down. The market's resolving, and we wait for 90 seconds. If anyone has any challenge or anything, they want to challenge the outcome, they can do that within this 90 seconds. So this is the order book here. It's fully on chain. So what I can do is I can place an order. I can see it's going up, so I can buy some amount of VARP tokens here. And this is so you probably can't see my my wallet window, but I'm just signing a transaction with my Rabi wallet. And then yeah, our order goes on chain. It goes into the book as a limit order, and you can see we got filled for some amount, and it cost $5. And then I can see my profit, if I win, is going to be a couple dollars here. Then I just wait for the outcome. And so that all happened on chain, right? There's no, so like Polymarket does run on chain, but their order book is off chain. So all the matching happens off chain. You don't know if certain paths are being prioritized, if they're prioritizing their market makers. They have an API, but it's you have to trust kind of what they're doing is honest, which for the most part, it definitely is. Like, this is really difficult to do, right? There's like gas fees involved, there's latency involved. You have to, I'm not sure how much volume this model can support. So off-chain order books is definitely the way to go for like a high volume system. But I just wanted to kind of see, well, is it possible to do this fully on chain and fully transparently? And on the other side, you have Kalshi, which is like completely decentralized. You have like traditional like betting platforms, which are completely decentralized, centralized. And I just wanted to make something that was like completely transparent and completely decentralized. Yeah. Any questions so far?
Yeah, actually, I've got like a lot of questions to ask, like so that you have a chance to tell more about the projects to our audience, right? But first thing first, you are building a fully on-chain prediction market on BNB first question is, why do you choose BNB but not Solana or Base?
Yeah, it's a good question. To be honest, it's initially because of the really generous hackathon they were running. So they and they have such a great builder community. They've got like a very aligned VC firm in Yeezy Labs as well. So for promising projects, it's the path to getting investment, getting funded is very clear. And yeah, their builder ecosystem is just really great. So for those reasons, it's kind of the main thing. I'm also like comfortable developing on EVM chains as opposed to Solana, but yeah, those I would say are the reasons. Like a lot of blockchains can run this thing and can support this. Like BNB chain has pretty good block times. Solana has pretty good block times. These days you've also got Fogo, which is like super fast. SVM chain has like 40 millisecond blocks. That's actually like a perfect candidate for running this. But there's always a question mark on whether you'll be able to find a community and you'll be able to find kind of the support you need to continue building. And with Binance and BNB chain, that's kind of never been a concern.
Yeah, I see there are like potentials or like possibilities about like building on chain in or on BNB chain. And then when I hear what you say about your introduction and your tweet, your X account, that you are saying that you're part of like Infinite AI OX and Alpha Block Trade, and then you are building an on-chain prediction market. So what is the background of these two projects or other projects that make you legit to build an on-chain prediction market?
Of course, yeah. So Infinite and Alpha Block are like the two kind of trading and DeFi communities I'm a part of. So I'm very involved in both of those. With Infinite, initially we focused on education around Meteora and kind of DLLM and how to provide liquidity on Solana, and we kind of expanded from there into being a general DeFi exploration community. We have an NFT which gets you some access to different parts of the community. But for the most part, you join for free and you get all the information. And yeah, it's mainly a group of people to kind of explore DeFi, find like the best airdrops to farm, the best yields, and it's been great. Yeah, I think when you join crypto, you really have to find your community. You've got to find people that can help you and people that can give you advice, because there's just so much going on. Everyone has their own specialties and niches, and it's impossible for you to kind of be really good at everything and really stay on top of everything. So, and then on the other side, Alpha Block is like more of a trading community. So we trade futures. We have a fund where you can kind of put your money into like trusted hands to trade for you and get you returns. It's also NFT based, so the more kind of NFTs you hold, the more opportunities you get. And yeah, for Alpha Block, I've been running a DLMM fund for almost a couple of years now, actually, which is really cool. So the community there kind of, it's all trust based. They trust me with their Solana and for me to LP for them. And so these are things that I've done to really get involved in the crypto space. And I think from the perspective of the Strike community, it's probably good for them to see, like, I understand how tokens work, how projects work. Like I've been in rugs, I've seen like the catastrophes we had on like Bags tokens on Solana over the last couple of months, like the Ralph coin and the Gas Town coin. And I know what you should not do as a developer with a community, and how you really stand by your community. And yeah, the other thing is, like, I think we've in crypto with this gift model and this fee model, we've done this behavior where we bring on these Web2 devs and try and fund their projects, and they just have no idea about like the crypto space, about the personality of like the crypto degens, how you should behave, how you should not behave. And so I really want to like stress the point that as a community, we should be focusing on our crypto native devs. And we've seen that onboarding these Web2 devs often leads to bad outcomes. And so we should support the guys that are crypto native.
Yeah, and then when we're talking, then I can see a lot of like audience have already like tune in, and then let's pull some of the comments, and they very good community. They are saying like Strike is a great Strike is an amazing project, and then we see emojis like Strike, and then we can also see like guys welcome to Strike's community group. It's a TG like Strike Community Bowl, and then also like it's just a lot of supporting, right? Absolutely right. And then they are all supporting ruling for the community. And then one of my curiosity is like I can see that you are like you're staying in England, that you are in the England time zone, you're building like with Solana or Meteora, or you're building in English, right? Why do you think that you have such a huge or very passionate community that is Chinese? What do you think?
I have my ideas and I have my like thoughts about that. So obviously, like Binance is kind of the Chinese chain. That's the may not be exactly true. Like obviously they have a lot of global traders, but uh, yeah, I would say that's kind of where it stems from. And then I just want to say that it's been like really heartwarming to see the community there and to like feel their support. Um, and it just motivates me to really do right by them and to try my best and support them in every way that I can. Um, yeah, it's been great, and I think the community here is it's harder to find these communities on Solana where it's a little more PvP. That's just my view, and so it's been cool to really like because they get so like involved with the application as well. They test things and they tell me like what bugs they're seeing and how things are breaking, and they if something's going wrong, they ping me, and it's been super useful to have that. It's like I'm building alongside people, and it's even though I'm a solo builder, it feels like I'm not doing it alone.
Yeah, that's cool. And we have definitely got like a clip what you just said, and then we are used to do like the dubbing thing, and then you will be hearing you yourself like speaking Mandarin for the first time maybe, and then
Yeah,
also more like the Chinese speaking audience can listen to your voice in Mandarin, that which is great. And then
that's gonna
uh
be really cool.
yeah, and you're saying you're a solo dev, and then I would like to ask like why do you pick this route or pick this path to be like solo dev? Why don't you like team up with other dev or team up with marketing or BD? Why do you choose like to be solo?
I think so. Teaming up with other devs, I think, is a little difficult in the model that I'm working with. So I'm building like heavily with AI, and maybe I can touch a little bit on my thoughts on like AI building and kind of
Mm,
where it's come from and where it's going. But I definitely, I really need support on the other side. So kind of on the marketing and BD side, and I'm going to be looking for that as soon, especially if Strike can get a little more exposure, can get some attention from BNB chain, from the Flap team who's like supporting the token, and from the maybe from Easy Labs as well, and they kind of see something useful here and want me to keep building. Hopefully, I can get some support, and then I can maybe hopefully find someone that's more in tune with the community, maybe someone who's Chinese and is kind of good at the marketing side because I'm a little bit weak on that side. So I've been trying to handle everything, but it's been tough, and that's kind of been one of the main points that the community's been making as well. Is we need to get more exposure. But going back to kind of building with AI, I just want to say that it's cool to do vibe coding, but I've, it's not sustainable. Like if you just blindly trust what the AI is doing and kind of treat it as this black box where you just give it tasks and just expect it to do the right thing, it's really dangerous, especially when you're building on chain and you're handling like real money and then real people's money. And so I just want to say that I have barely written any lines of code myself, but I've checked everything. And, the architecture design is mine. and I'm leaning on my experience as a developer for 7-8 years to build this thing. And yeah, so from that point, it's really good. Where AI is like really, really good for me is that I'm not a front end dev. Like I can't make these flashy designs, and you can see that the website right now it's quite simple, but I know that I can build something really flashy and really nice looking if I just spend a little more time, and I don't need the skills myself to be able to do it. I just need the vision. So yeah, and AI models are getting better and better, and we're going to start using it more in the Strike project as well. So maybe I can show you kind of what we're cooking on testnet.
Yeah.
So if I switch over to testnet here.
Very good that being on testnet to let the or let the audience to see what you build is very good for the audience.
Absolutely, yeah. So this is kind of what's coming up. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have like these AI resolved markets. So this is using the Flap AI Oracle, which is a new product of theirs. Their kind of intended use case was for like token vault management. So your AI can like automatically choose like what to do with the tax and things like this, like automatic buybacks and burns and stuff. Where we're actually going to use it to resolve our more open-ended question prediction markets, kind of like this, like when is the war going to end? And you can see like it still needs some fine tuning, because I asked it like, will the war end before like this date, and the outcome was yes. So I'm still kind of investigating like how best to use this thing and how best like to frame the prompt. Probably you have to be very specific, and it's also a question for the Flap team, like what tools can you give me as the AI operator to successfully resolve these markets? It's like, so they need internet access, they need to be able to get the latest news, maybe they need access to some APIs like the Twitter API, and so these are the things that I'm working on right now, and yeah, it's going well. Like the process is proven. It's just a case of like I can't see the reasoning that this AI model had to come to this outcome, but that's going to be supported as well. I think this is just because Flap on testnet probably doesn't give the reasoning every time. And then yeah, there's going to be again like a challenge window, so you can always challenge the outcome. The community can like vote on what it should be, and this is going to be kind of a first in the prediction market space, like using AI to resolve markets, which itself is pretty unique. So this is what's coming up. Hopefully it'll be in mainnet this week, and we'll get the first kind of new like culture markets and news markets going.
Yeah, because like as what we can see like publicly, right, and or what you show is like for the time period that people can predict on is up or down, which is also in the poly market. Actually, I see when I see the poly market thing, this is just a new thing. Actually, originally it's just a prediction on some public event like Trump or like politics or weathers or sports, and then the up and down thing is just newly added. And then now that you have that in your dashboard, and then building other politics events or sports events, what do you see your products or your like dashboard going to have more of these topics, and then with AI help, or what's the speed that you are looking for?
So the end goal is to be completely decentralized in that anyone can create any market on the platform, and if they want it to be resolved by AI, it can be resolved by AI. And if they want it to be resolved by Pith, we've obviously got the Pith resolution path as well. So they can choose any asset price that Pith supports, which is it's a lot. We have crypto, equities, commodities, everything that's in the news these days. You can get a Pith price for it, and that's the end goal. Yeah, it's going to be decentralized. Anyone can create their own market, and basically the framework and the platform is there for them. And Yeah, that's what I'm building towards. The path to get there is going to be more curated. So we'll spin up markets probably on things like that can get the community engaged. Like we have the Elon Musk tweets, which is very popular on Polymarket. So probably we'll do like CZ tweets, Strike, things like this. And yeah, the goal is to get to that point where anyone can create any market, and there's going to be a way for them to resolve it, and for the community to vote on outcomes and challenge outcomes. And PMX has tried to do this on Solana, but I don't know where they're at now. I haven't used the platform in a while, but it used to be tough to create a market and get it funded. You had to put up like a 10K bond or something like that. And then if you meet the bond, it was always the team kind of choosing the market that gets created as well. So we want to be completely decentralized. We'll probably have some similar process because we don't want like a bunch of duplicate markets and stuff. But these are interesting problems to solve, and I'm really looking forward to the challenges.
Yeah, and you say the end goal is to be like fully decentralized, and then I just wanted to a bit curious about the questions or how does it resolve, right? Because in Polymarket, I think it's not everyone can put up a questions, and then some topics could be like having some conflict in dissolve too. What is AI doing in such thing? And then if a user pull up a questions, is it like AI is gonna tell is gonna be like have to be modified like this? And then what is the dissolving mechanism?
Yeah, that's exactly the point. We're going to use AI in as many of our flows as possible. So we'll have like a quality control with AI. But behind each of these steps, we'll have the community there to vote as well. So that's kind of what I want to bring into this as well, is eventually Strike will have a project token, probably, or some other incentive, if not a token incentive, some financial incentive for the community to always be ensuring that the markets and all of the content on Strike is of a high quality. And UMA is sort of doing this already. So with the optimistic oracle, so that's what Polymarket uses for resolution, is anyone can kind of propose a resolution, anyone can challenge it, and there are financial incentives and financial like disincentives. So if you try and spam UMA's system, you'll have to pay a lot of money to do that. You try and game the system, but we've also seen like really like questionable things happen on Polymarket where the resolution is ambiguous, and there's like there's whales on UMA that have so many tokens that they can just influence the decision when these challenges arise. So we also want to try and avoid that. But yeah, we're going to heavily utilize AI, so a lot of the quality control is just automatic. There's no reason not to. And then you'll always have a human in the loop somewhere that can just confirm that the AI is doing the right thing, and those humans will be hopefully be the community.
Yeah, I think there's always like thinking or imagination, or the trend we're going is about like human and AI and how the communication could be. And then what you have mentioned quite a lot of time is the community members. And then what you also mentioned is like the community member have launched a coin, which is EVM BNB coin. So it's almost like my last questions is like what if you wanted to say something to the community member in Chinese? I mean, they're in Chinese, but you speak English, right? If you want to say something to them, what do you want to say? And then, what do you think if that strike can actually open a Chinese native? Because, like, I always imagine, like, can we predict something on Asia in Chinese, right? What do you think?
What was the last question? Sorry, if Strike can do what?
Oh, can be like a bit more Chinese based or Chinese native topics, because we can see a lot of a sports scene in US, right? What about like ping pong matches, or more like Asia native? What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. So what I want to say to the community is kind of thank you very much for your support. Hopefully, I've kind of done right by you so far and continue to do so. Yeah, we're going to keep building, and I'm always here to receive feedback and help the community in all the ways that they help me. And kind of, yeah, so Strike can definitely be more Chinese native. I think the Chinese community is already there, and when we get to this point of having decentralized market creation, the community is going to choose what's popular, and if that's ping pong or other Chinese sports, or even Chinese like entertainment and media and business, it's the possibilities are endless there.
That's true. That's true. Because like as we see like how many like Chinese speaking audience is a lot, right? And I personally based in Hong Kong, and then I also see a lot of like Poly Market or Kaoshi, but none of them like so like Chinese native or just topics. It just isn't there, right? Because inside are like globally, because there are some other Hong Kongers who just move to England, move to US or Canada, right? But we are like a diaspora. We just connect each other in Chinese or Cantonese. So I think there is a lot of potential in it.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it's a massive economy, obviously, a massive like superpower of the world, and it's a little unrepresented globally. And so I think definitely that kind of global representation is necessary. We have a lot of good builders in crypto that probably should pay a lot more attention to the Chinese market, and I'm definitely going to try to do that.
Yeah, and once again, thank you so much, Vitalizing, for joining our streaming and then share a lot of your insights and some of your test nets, what you are going to ship this week or next week. So very good streaming, and thank you so much. And then last of the comment is that we are in this together, and I agree that 100%.
Me too. Thanks a lot for having me on the show.
Thank you, and see you next time.
Take care.
Take care. All right. So 我就转一下这个国语去跟大家说一下呢，在这个直播之中啊，这个Vitalizing 就是Striking 的 founder，我有几项是觉得挺好的一些东西，就是譬如说，他说他其实这个网站呢，就是用着 AI 去帮助他的，一个好的地方是他已经有7年8年的 developer 的经验，然后他也是在 crypto 一段时间了，他也 build 过 Infinite Alpha Block 这些是在 Solana 链上也有很多的活动，也就是说其实在华语圈吧，在过去的几个星期有很多人就是疯狂的去安装那个 OpenClaw。还有微信啊，其他的中国企业也有给这些 Claw 的 technique 去给华人，但是说很多人用过之后，其实不能去做什么的一些项目，可能去发 coding 一些没有人用的一些 APP，没有人用的一些functions。其实呢，我自己也觉得 AI 在 developer 就在 crypto native 的人手里，其实可以做很多的东西，就像是 Vitalizing， 它可以在 BNB 的链上建立一个 fully on-chain 的 poly market，fully on-chain 的 prediction market，然后他也很感谢大家华语圈的社区参与者，还有他的 vision 是在做一个 fully decentralized 的 prediction market。是说，我们做华人的话，去参与这个圈子，我们可以去发起我们亚洲还有中文区的一个topic 吧，好像是我们经常讨论一些就是 ZC 的东西吧，还有合意的东西吧，还有一些 C dance 的东西。我想，如果 Strike 的这个平台Vitalizing just keep shipping, keep building。I think we are gonna have like a very good on-chain BNB prediction market, which is very different from Solana or based ecosystem. 在这个直播之后啊，我们就会再剪一下刚刚 Vitalizing 所说的一些 alpha 一些的精华，做一些 clips， 然后我们也会翻译成为国语啊，翻译成为普通话，也会翻译成为中文给大家看一看。喜欢英文的人也可以看一个原片，也可以，但是看翻译的也是可以。所以说，最后我想说的是 bullish on AI, bullish on prediction market, and finally bullish on BNB. Yeah, see you all. Thank you. See you.